Hey.
Where is it? Oh,
Woo! And it is Tuesday night. Feeling good, feeling mellow on a Tuesday night right here. It's Mike and Wendy coming at you live on a Tuesday night because why not? We haven't stayed up late in a while with everybody, and it feels weird because usually at a show you're out until 2 o'clock in the morning. So I have to say, it's been weird for the past 6 weeks or whatever to be going to bed before midnight. Well, actually not last night, but most of the nights and anything like that. Wendy, how have you been going to bed early like old man Mike over here? Or what have you been doing?
no, my schedule is completely
All
different.
right.
Yeah, as you know, I like the morning. I like getting up early, but I've been staying up super late. Um, Last night probably set a record for me. So
All right, pretty good. I used to do that when I lived alone. I would stay up to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning every night, and then wake up at like 10.
that's
Um,
fair.
and I liked it. Um, but now I just haven't been doing that for a while. That also wasn't a time I was exercising a lot, so it was hard.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry says, "Hey, lovely people. Hey, Terry,
Hi,
how you doing
Terry.
today? Good to see you, and hope that you and George are doing well in your lockdown, um, and they're having fun. So, no, but just tonight I thought we'd I don't know, hang out, have a drink. I'm having a new type of scotch today. Not a new type of scotch, new to me. It's from
What type is
1843. This is
that?
the Glenmorangie, and it was on sale. Um, and so it's a single malt, and from the Highlands of
It
Scotland.
looks like a nice color.
It is. It is. It's really tasty. So it's always fun to try something new. And then I didn't have anything else to drink today, so I was kind of just like this. My weight was like, all
Oh,
right. So I didn't have like a tainted palate, because sometimes, like if you buy something expensive, like I remember one time, um, I ordered we were somewhere where I knew the manager, and he gave me like a super expensive scotch, and it was like 10 o'clock after I'd been drinking all day, and he's like
oh
this right
man.
because he's like, this is for you, buddy, and it's like a
You don't
50.
want to decline it.
Right, it's like a $50 glass of scotch, and I'm like, I'm already trashed. We did a pedal pub that day, and so it just, I'm like, oh no, you're wasting this beautiful drink on me right now. Hey,
Oh man.
Rachel, how you doing? Hope you're feeling good and having fun. So it's nice to hear from Rachel and the Raciniacs. Um,
Hey, all right.
now,
Always good to hear from them.
Terry says they're doing well, but their sleep schedule is all topsy turvy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
can see
having
that.
trouble sleeping too, which doesn't help matters because already the schedule is out of whack, and then it's like you can't wake up at the time you need to, and you can't fall asleep when you need to, and it's a mess.
Have you had, Wendy? Have you had any coronavirus nightmares yet? Has this whole thing invaded your dreams?
Oh yeah,
All right,
definitely.
all right,
Yes, big time.
okay, all right. I haven't had any particular dreams about anything. Um,
No?
no, I mean, like it's just my usual like feeling of failure, uh, going through. Oh, Rachel
Oh,
says we miss you guys. Thank you very much, Rachel. We miss you too. And say hi to Nick. Oh, Nick's there. All right, right on. Um, yeah, hope you guys are doing all right. Okay, so um, let's. Oh, Terry says CBD oil calms my brain.
ah, hey, that's helpful.
Yes. All right. The CBD. I just started getting. I tried CBD lotion for the first time last year, and I don't know. Um.
It smells nice.
Yeah. I
Smells
mean,
like Fruity Pebbles.
right. I'm not sure if I'm uh like doing it right or whatever, because I haven't had any particular like luck with CBD or anything like that. Like I felt like it worked, but then I'm also not sure if I'm thinking it works. Like
Okay.
cannabis, like regular cannabis, like you're high or whatever. And so like CBD, you're like, is my arm high? I didn't even know. But Terry says it's calming her brain. And so that's all right. Uh, Oh, and Rachel says they're good. Nick starts a weird schedule tomorrow. 6 12-hour days.
Oof.
Holy crap. That is a that's a tough thing, 12-hour days. Oh, but they're healthy. Good. Well, that's important.
That's the most important thing.
George has had dreams of garage sales.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's itching for the social side of things.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a sign, like you're eager for the days when we can be out and about and invading other people's garages and rifling through their personal items.
So, George, what I'm wondering about your garage sale dreams really is, have you dreamt about finding anything awesome? Like, what's an amazing thing that you've bought in your dream garage sale? You know, is it like a baseball card? Is it an arcade game? I just think that's interesting. Like, usually when I dream about something like that, like, oh, I'm going to check this out, like it ends up being something just inane or whatever. It's never like like in movies or whatever, people are always dreaming about things that are fantastic and crazy.
Right.
I'm like, I dreamt about like, oh, well, I needed a new sweater. I ended up finding a great deal. So
Yours are like Larry David's dreams.
Yeah. So my dreams that aren't nightmares end up being like that.
That's weird. So you either have the extreme of the nightmare or just the super mundane.
Right.
I had a levitating dream the other night.
Oh yeah, levitating dreams of the balls. What was it? Where were you? Were you in any special place?
I can't remember now, but it was just one of those ones where it was like it was happening to me, and then I started to slowly take control over it, and I could make myself like fly around and stuff, and it was awesome. I love those.
Nice.
But it was weird. It always feels weird.
Hello from Poetry of the Dead, Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris. Good to hear. They're a really fun band. We saw them, like metal, gothy kind of thing. We played with them
awesome.
at the Imaginarium Convention in Louisville, Kentucky. Very talented group of guys, like melodic, hard rock, metal kind of stuff that I think a lot of people would enjoy. They've got a new video on JWA-TV, so go check them out on JWA-TV as soon as this is done.
Absolutely.
Patan says, my daughter's on CBD oil. As she started off at 140 pounds, she's now down to 83. Not such a good thing. Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear about that. Hope she starts feeling better soon and that the CBD is helpful. Obviously, a lot of people get a lot of benefit from it. And actually, I thought it was great because I had like a muscular thing. I psyched myself into it. I wasn't sure if I was imagining it feeling better or not. But either way, I did find it soothing to put the lotion on its skin, or else I got the hose again. George said a Fisher-Price telephone at the garage
that's what
sale.
He got at the garage sale. Great.
Yeah. Okay, George.
What a treasure.
You don't even need a garage sale for that. I've got one at my house. And the funny thing is, I forgot who gave it to my daughter. It might have been my parents. I didn't think so. But a Fisher-Price, like she'll never actually use a telephone like that, ever. And so it just made me laugh. It's like, oh yeah, they still make the Fisher-Price stuff. But then she played with it like she gets it. But she'll never operate a phone like that. So the CBD, Patan said, was what was causing the weight loss.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that is scary. Well, I certainly hope that gets remedied soon. Tanya says, howdy. Yes. Intense.
Hey, Tanya.
You're having intense and interesting adventures in your dreams. And she looks forward to the Z's. All right.
That's exciting.
That's cool.
That sounds a nice little escape.
Yeah, Tanya sent me a link to Steve Vai was doing a Facebook Live today.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
Sweet.
Steve Vai's awesome. And Wendy and I saw Steve Vai and Billy Sheehan play at NAMM. I'd say it was a couple years ago, but it was a little more than a couple years ago. But he was absolutely amazing. And him and Billy Sheehan, watching them together. Because the thing is, they played together in David Lee Roth's band for David Lee Roth's first 2 solo albums, Eat 'Em and Smile and Skyscraper. And Steve Vai had a lot to live up to because he was the first guitar player David Lee Roth played with after Eddie Van Halen, and people had a certain kind of expectation, and he did it. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he showed him. He earned his keep.
Scott says this is for Poetry the Dead. Great set design. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Poetry the
Oh my gosh, they had all the props and everything.
Right, they were a lot of fun.
That was so cool.
Super. Yeah, it was just great gothy hard rock and good stuff to bang your head to, and the singer just running around all the place going crazy. So that was a fun show.
Very.
So Mark says, are you guys going down any rabbit holes during this time? There's quite a few to choose from.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Anything,
Mike?
I'm trying to think of something I've been working on. I mean, I think our biggest rabbit hole is working on ways that we can do videos when we're only like 10 miles apart, but we still have to try to put it all together. So I think the biggest rabbit hole is finding, ways of doing that. A green screen in the basement. I mean, yesterday I worked there for like 3 hours of, trying to light all the parts, and it's never going to be, it's a basement. I've got a green cloth I bought from Hobby Lobby before the lockdown ended.
Don't give away all the secrets.
So I
thought that was a wall with Sunspot painted.
It's never going to
it.
be perfect. I'm shooting reflections off the concrete wall and everything like that to try to get the lighting even. But the thing is, like, going down the rabbit hole of
paranormal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I was thinking this would be a really good time to start, like, do one of those experiments, like the angel experiment or one of those types of daily practice kind of try to get your psychic abilities in tune or, just try some of those things out. Because why not? What do you got to lose?
Well, we'll have to, we got to think we're going to do another See You on the Other Side. We'll do another See You on the Other Side live stream coming up. And then we'll have to think, I think the psychic experiment is a really great idea, Wendy, because we've talked about ghost stories, UFOs. Our last discussion was on, meditation and things that people do when they feel tense or in a crisis. And so I think we're going to have to go down the psychic route, and maybe we can invite Nancy Zingroni,
oh, that'd be cool.
Because she's at home, and she's a real parapsychologist, not just somebody that calls himself, like, has a parapsychologist in their card or whatever when they go some places. They're like, oh, man, I'm a Ghostbuster. But, like, an actual, like...
career dedicated to that.
Duke University, like, a university pays her money to study ESP. Let's get down the list. We got a whole bunch of new people. But, Mark, that is a great idea. Cool. The psychic rabbit hole is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you join us for that. Chris says, when a kid gives you a Fisher-Price phone, you answer it. Absolutely. I've had to answer it 10 times today. Sharon McCoy, hello from Arkansas. Hello to you, Sharon. We love Arkansas. We've had some great times in Little Rock.
Yes.
The Revolution is awesome in Little Rock. The Fox and Hound is a lot of fun at Little Rock. And one of our friends does karaoke at what hotel? It's like the Holiday Inn or something like that. But
what was that place?
I don't remember, but
shoot,
I believe we've tied one on at that particular hotel a couple of times doing karaoke.
We have.
Katie says, my kids never use a banana phone, but that doesn't stop it from being a blast. That's true. That's true. They also will never have one of those phones with the huge numbers on it. Like, that people used to have in that room, or like girls used to have like a high-heeled shoe or whatever phone like they would have.
That's right, the stiletto.
Like you'd go over to your like friend's house or whatever in 7th grade, and you're like, where'd you get that phone?
We had the duck phone. Did you have any of those goofy novelty phones back in the like 80s, 90s?
My mom would win them in contests.
So what did you, what wacky phone did she win?
I believe she won a duck. Was the thing. So she won that from from some radio contest. But we never really used it. I always thought it'd be cool, but because my mother was serious about radio contests, so the phones couldn't be like cheap screw around ones. We had two phone lines so that she could get so she could dial more quickly. And it was a business.
That's intense.
It was a business for her.
Yeah, that's dedication.
Tanya Ray, Steve Vai is getting so deep about writing, playing the business, and life. There are 3 other episodes, and he will be on again Thursday. He talked over 2 hours today.
Ooh, that sounds valuable.
When I interviewed Steve Vai for Maximum Inc., he really was like, he threw in some of that mystical. He's a guy with a mystical bent on his guitar playing, and he is fascinating.
Love it. That's awesome.
Okay, he says, for your information, I'm using.
Let me get the information file so I can file it away.
Wendy, go check our information.
Okay.
I'm using my Neanderthal pint glass from back in the day. Some things just don't go out of style. Well, cheers to you.
Yeah, that was 2009, so it's been over 10 years since
2007.
Wait, oh gosh, why do I always confuse that? Okay, so it's been over 12 years.
Yep, it's funny because the thing is, I drank water out of my Neanderthal pint glass today, but my other Sunspot pint glasses have not made the decade. So the Neanderthal pint glass was the glass that stood the test of time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Casper. Hello, Casper.
Hi, Casper.
How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Scott had a sports car phone.
Oh, that's fun.
Vroom vroom.
I remember like Spencer's Gifts would always have those kinds of things. We had a gumball machine phone.
All right.
I always remember because my brother, when he was a little toddler, he was playing with it and he called 911.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So that made for a fun little sitcom-y kind of incident day.
George says, I put the first push-button phone in my grandma's home in 1992.
Wow.
All dials before that.
So she was ahead of the times, huh?
I was going to say. Well, I remember that was our first phone, was a dial phone. We had a dial phone right up until about, I was like 5 or 6. So I do remember like calling my Aunt Lorraine or whatever on the dial phone.
Nice.
To learn it. Okay, we should do a little bit of music, though. Because we got a song for you. So
just another experiment, right?
Yes. So in
our quarantine experiment.
Right. The lockdown. It feels more like house arrest.
Yeah, it does.
But so this particular song we wrote after going to the Haunted America convention. And it was funny because with the Haunted America convention, and we have a booth, and this particular, I remember that we were playing in between speakers so that we had our booth, and then like a speaker would stop, and then we would play until we were too loud for people to sell things, and they told us to tone it down. But we were having we were having a great time, and so we were seated next to somebody, and she hadn't been to a paranormal convention before, and so she's like, "What's it gonna be like? Is everybody gonna be crazy? Our ghosts gonna come out of the walls or whatever? What have to?" But it ended up being she just like, "Oh, I don't, She felt like she wasn't super, like knowledgeable or whatever, and we just had to let her know. I mean, she's the nicest lady in the world, and you said, "Be like, you know what? This is the kind of things that people are talking about here." Like, you can be knowledgeable about folklore, you can be knowledgeable about history, you can be knowledgeable about the, parapsychology and then the study of these things. But to be actually knowledgeable about these things, come on, give us a break.
Yeah, it's like the science of what's unknown.
Right.
There can't really be science because we don't know. We don't know what we know and don't. It's hard to be an expert on something that has very little, if none, of like empirical data about it. So
right. Well, it's kind of like every time I've mentioned this, that I read the Reddit paranormal forum every day, and different paranormal forums, and there's always people who are young and scared, or even older and scared, but they have some kind of unknown activity happening in their house, and there's always some guy who's like, you got a level 4 he goes in there like he's Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters.
You got yourself one of those top level.
Get yourself a class 5 free Roman vapor. Like, no. You don't know what he's got. You read his post on Reddit, you asshole. And now you're telling me he's got a demon in his house.
Right. And now you're like frightening somebody unnecessarily.
Right.
Probably, or at least possibly, creating some more issues for that person to deal with.
Don't do that. So that's what this song's about. It's called Smoke and Mirrors. And Wendy and I are going to sing it for you right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. like you're afraid. You just want to run away. The little mask you're wearing breaks. But it's okay, it's okay. When you think they're giving you the eye, something in you wants to die. When you just want to run and cry, just know it's smoke and mirrors anyway. Well, you got your cross to bear, don't you know? We all got our ways, and it's not right and it's not fair. Don't you know it's gonna be okay? It's smoke and mirrors anyway. When you're feeling like a big phony, questioning your sanity, well, who cares what they believe? Come on, it's smoke and mirrors anyway. There's a target on your back, always under attack. Yeah, beside it's gonna crack. Oh, it's smoke and mirrors anyway. Well, you got your cross to bear, don't you know? We all got our ways, and it's not right and it's not fair. Don't you know it's gonna be okay? Smoke and mirrors anyway. It's smoke and mirrors anyway. It's smoke and mirrors anyway. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's smoke and mirrors anyway.
All right.
So, what'd you guys think? How did that
Did it turn out
how did
okay?
our quarantine version?
Right. How many Wendy's do you need? We got them.
Can never have too many.
We got plenty of them. You know, that makes me think.
Well,
because the thing is, I forgot. I was gonna swap the screen the other way for that particular thing, so it was jarring when we came out of that. I was on one side and you were on the other.
Whatever.
Just made me laugh. That's all. What I'm thinking about it. All right. So wait, hold on. We got a couple of comments. Oh, pretend George is requesting. Well, George,
great request.
That is going to be a request, and that goes on for maybe Twofer Tuesday next week. You never know.
Or maybe for Thirsty Thursday.
Could be Thirsty Thursday. I like it.
Or it could be both. You could get different arrangements of the song.
True.
You know, that's the nice thing, is that we've got plenty of songs to choose from, and every song kind of has infinite options for how we can arrange them now.
Yes. Chris says that's what our singer says. It's house arrest with booze.
Yeah.
It certainly is. It certainly is. I'm enjoying. Now, this is the first time I've had the Glenmorangie.
And you're liking it?
Yes, I am liking it.
Cool.
And I'm glad I waited. Chris is the lady that owned the house before didn't like certain objects on our shelves, and she always knocked them off. We get along since then after getting rid of those items. He forgot the most important part. She died in the house.
Oh,
supposedly.
yeah, that's a key detail, actually.
He's like, hold on a second, wait.
Little connection there to maybe.
Nice, Chris. Well, the thing is,
That's interesting.
I'm wondering what objects she had on. Like, what was she opposed to? Did you have like a bong or something? And she's like, no bongs in my house. So I'm interested to see like what object. I mean, unless it's personal or something like that. And that's okay too. Terry said all Wendy's all the time.
All right.
There we go. But it's got an apostrophe. Does that mean all Wendy's all the time? Like you want
The restaurant?
Like you want a Baconator right now? Bruce says very nice.
Baconator.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
And Katie says she needs all the Wendy's.
Yay!
All right, so there you go. That's nice. George is giving the claps and a little rock fist.
Cool. Yeah, there's a little delay for the comments, so hopefully that was from when the song was playing.
Sure. Terry's like, she says to Scott, we have Evan Williams apple cider. We approve.
Oh, that stuff is good.
That does sound good. Like I said, house arrest with booze. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like alcohol,
Well,
they say that alcohol sales are the highest they've been now since
How
they've
is
been
that-
tracking them since the end of the prohibition.
But it can't be. Oh, okay. But I'm just curious as to before and after the shelter in place. Like, they have to count the fact that bars are closed down. There's got to be a reduction in alcohol sales from that, right? To sort of maybe balance things a little.
Retail alcohol. It's the highest retail alcohol sales since the end of
Okay, well that
prohibition.
makes sense.
Right.
Because a lot of people who hang out in bars all the time have to go to the store now.
Correct.
To get their booze.
Right. So I can't just sneak off to the bar across the street at any time anymore. That I have to.
You could, but you might get in trouble.
Right. I have to drink. Now I got to drink my regular thing in front of my entire family. Anyway, that's.
And I'm having some fine hot tea tonight because
Hot
I'm on day 9 out of my 10-day. Scott and I have been doing a 10-day health challenge,
All right.
trying to eat healthier and get some consistent exercise. And as sad as it is, we've cut out the booze, but not to worry. We'll be back on the off the wagon. We'll be off the wagon in time for Thirsty Thursday.
Great.
So.
It's a good test though.
Yeah, and it's just nice to give yourself like just a break from
Right, from being hungover all the time. Yes, it is.
Well, no, but I mean, it was like things were kind of stressful that first week or two, and so I was kind of going like, it's funny because every time I go to the store, the experience is so different now. Because like as I
you
go
don't just
around
load
looking
up
for
on
things,
Doritos and
kind of
and,
because
Red Bull and vodka.
like the first night that I went out and the whole pasta aisle was wiped out and the whole bread aisle and everything, and I started getting this weird panicked feeling, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, I was in the cookie aisle and I'm like, well, there's plenty of cookies. Like, I'm not going to starve. And then I just had this urge to like binge on all of the unhealthy things. So
That's how I feel about the Four Loko aisle. I'm like, I'll have all the Four Locos, please. That to me, that's the unhealthiest drink. Like, it just feels like Four Loko number one. It's the drink that, like, you don't remember drinking it. You're like, what happened? Well, I bought a bunch of Four Locos. That's why. But it's so sweet and sugary.
yeah.
It's like the worst part of soda and stuff like that with the worst part of booze combined to create something that has to combine. It's English and Spanish.
and then add in some extra energy booster caffeine stuff just for good measure, you know?
I forgot about the energy drink. I just
because it's supposed to.
Yes,
isn't
no,
that the
it's-
one that like gives you a heart attack?
yeah, the Four Loko like is dangerous. They outlawed it. Okay. Now Chris says to go back is like what was the spirit offended by? A Crash Bandicoot character behind a pinup girl in such a matter. Okay, I think I know what you mean. So it was a pornographic drawing, and she wasn't into it. Interesting. She's like, it's my house.
She did not approve.
Yeah, she's like, keep your weird cartoon porn to yourself. Ben Alienates. Hey Ben, hope you're well. He'll take a baconator.
Ben.
All right. Well, Ben's up for the baconator. Donna says, love you guys and stay healthy. Thank you very
Aw,
much. Feeling
that's sweet.
I'm feeling great, Donna. No problems.
Love you too.
Scott says that the Evan Williams apple cider might not survive the weekend. Uh-oh. So,
We've got 10 days to make up for it. No, I'm
yeah, I was
kidding.
going to say, you got to drink it all in one day.
Oh, yeah.
So Katie said she had to grocery shop for her dad today. Holy fuck. She got the last pack of TP for him.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Yeah, that is hard to get.
That's like winning a prize.
Yeah. I've been wiping my ass with squirrels for a week. A lot of squirrels in our backyard. Oh, Terry's like, we found it at O'Connell's in Monona Drive. Well, that's where I bought this. They've got that's the best place for Scotch prices right now. Harley's is also good on Monona Drive, on the end of Atwood. Harley's is pretty good, but they close at 6 every day. They're closing early, and they were closed.
Oh my gosh.
They were closed for a week too.
That's so early.
Yeah, they closed at 6, and they were closed for a week too. And I haven't gone back since they were closed. But I'm like, why?
Oh, I hope they're able to stay in business.
You know, me too. It's a liquor store, so I think liquor and bait. So
I mean,
right.
both essential things that everyone needs.
They should be
obviously.
just fine. I mean, it's right across from the lake, so there's obviously the bait. Anyway, so yeah, but yes, O'Connell's on Monona Drive they got a sale on whiskey right now. So just a hot tip for anybody in the Madison area.
Diggity.
But also, I mean, wait, yeah, Terry, booze is essential. You know, I think that actually is like, because what's going to happen if like nobody be able to survive if this is prohibition right now and house arrest.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody would be able to survive this. We would just be all looking at each other, just angry all the time. Like,
no, we've had the good life for too long.
yeah, you're like, forget it. Also, there are people who with serious alcohol problems that, like, if they had to go cold turkey, you might die because alcohol is like the one drug. Like, it's more dangerous than heroin to go cold turkey. Absolutely, look it up. It's more people die
more dangerous, but not more addictive, though.
Yeah, no, what I mean, okay, to go cold turkey from alcohol. So alcohol withdrawal will kill you faster than heroin withdrawal will. So heroin withdrawal will not kill you. Alcohol withdrawal could kill you.
If you're addicted or something.
Yeah.
If you have the chemical. Okay.
Yeah. So alcohol withdrawal could kill you. Like, I mean, the thing is, anytime you have a hangover, that is alcohol withdrawal. So you're seeing a little bit of what people who get it. So anyway, that's one of the reasons they keep the liquor stores open. Also, so people don't break into them.
Also, so people can spend their money and, keep some businesses going here.
Well, Sunday night, somebody broke into a bar by my house.
Oh, no.
They got caught.
They were desperate.
They were just drunk in the middle of the night, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. They threw a brick through the window and tried to break in and steal booze, and the police got them. So, yeah, people are already doing it, and the liquor stores are open.
Yeah, that's weird.
And Katie says in Washington, the weed is essential, too. Well, if people take it for medicine or whatever. Also, they don't want people breaking into a marijuana store. Like...
Oh, that's right.
People are going to break in.
Retail.
And they're going to get high. Like, people are going to break into a marijuana store if it's there. And, like, there's nobody there. Like, well, shit, let's break in. So.
It takes what they want.
Yes. Oh, and Terry's like, well, they're legally tied to grocery, so they'd have to recategorize them to change the regulations. You know, and that is what happened in... Pennsylvania.
Ooh, rough, man.
Because they were state-run liquor stores. And I think they had to eventually change it because people were going nuts. They were all like, I'm going to get my... But yeah, so in Pennsylvania, like local brewers, I think could, but not distilleries.
Oh, man.
So the different rules. So yes. So anyway, we're talking about essential workers and, hey, we appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Thanks to anybody who's still out there. Like, yeah, I felt really bad for the people because on my last grocery run,
yeah,
went to Target and there was like no efforts to protect their employees at all. Like they didn't have masks, they didn't have gloves. They were the aisles were narrow and there was like it was unavoidable to go more than 6 feet, to stay more than 6 feet away from the cashier, and there was no plexiglass. Sure. And I just felt really bad because those people like don't have a choice. You know, there's people, they're probably exposed to so many people every day, even with masks on and whatnot. But
No, I can see that. I think it would be, especially like if you're the Walmart greeter, because Walmart's still open up because people need stuff. People like need clothes. I mean, they need to eat and all that kind of stuff. And Walmart is America's biggest grocer.
yeah,
So no matter what you think about them, they are America's biggest grocer. So they are open in all the states right now. So the thing is, okay, does the Walmart greeter get to stay home and collect unemployment? Because if Walmart makes the greeter, who's always like some 75-year-old guy, if they make him come to work, then they really are the evil corporation.
yeah, that's not cool. That's really not
Walmart,
cool.
like if the Walmart greeter's like, well, I shouldn't go. Yeah, he's the guy that should be home. Everybody else should be shopping. He's the guy that should be home.
Yeah. I would imagine they've reduced that roles.
Yeah, less of a greeter. Hope you're not sick.
Yeah.
Are you coughing? Like the greeter now is just watching to see if people are coughing, or they check their temperature on their way in rectally,
Gosh. Oh,
if you're lucky. Okay, so
wow.
we should do another song real quick for everybody. And so this
Okay.
this particular track, this was inspired by a conversation with Seth Breedlove, who makes these Small Town Monsters documentaries. Seth lives he lives in a small town in Ohio, and his documentaries, they do well on Amazon, they do well on iTunes, they do well all over the place. And so Seth has made documentaries on everything from UFOs to Bigfoot, Momo, the Missouri Monster. He's got like 20 movies about like the hour 15 minutes. And so he's even done one on the Beast of Bray Road that came in. Our friend Jay from WPI, Wisconsin. Wisconsin Paranormal Investigators, WPIHuntsTheTruth.com is his website, and Jay's a great guy and a wonderful person. And so he came in to do the Beast of Bray Road with him and Linda Godfrey in southeastern Wisconsin. He featured my sister in his Terror in the Skies documentary, and also Troy Taylor, our friend. And when they were talking about weird, huge birds in Alton, Illinois, and also that when people saw winged humanoids in Chicago, which my sister was investigating. And so winged humanoids. Like, I always think all they really saw was Hawkman from Flash Gordon. And I posted that on somebody's thing yesterday. Like, they were showing a picture of, there was this picture from Florida, I think, that somebody said they took during a hurricane, and they said it looked like an angel, and it went viral a couple years back. And like, it's this angel in the distance, and like it was taken during the hurricane. The angel was protecting us, and it like you find out it's a palm tree.
Cool.
I mean, it looked like an angel.
Aww.
It's like when you see the Virgin Mary in your toast. It doesn't mean the Virgin Mary is not there. It just means that the Virgin Mary is in your toast.
What's it called? The
pareidolia is where you see a face and everything. So you look up in the clouds, you see a face. I'm looking at a concrete wall right now that's in front of my gigantic Sunspot banner behind me, and it looks like I see like 6 faces. Oh, once like I see a skull over there. But the thing about pareidolia that's interesting is that it's just the way our brains are made. We're made to see faces, other people's faces. There's a reason that dogs look alike. They can tell individuals by smell. There's a reason that cats look alike. They can tell individuals by, sniffing them. We can tell good and bad smells, and some individual smells, but not that much. You can tell the smell of your partner, from the smell of their t-shirts and things like that. You can individual body smells from people you are super close to, but dogs can a million different dogs. Humans have that in their faces. We recognize faces, so that's why we're trained to see faces. There's an awesome Twilight Zone, like new Twilight Zone from the 1980s, about this guy's like, you ever wonder why you see faces and everything? And the whole thing is that there's creatures in the walls who are trying to get us. And it was this
because they're actually our faces. They're not like
right.
Actually, it's not what we thought.
It was the scariest. Like, it scared the crap out of me when I was 8 years old. Oh, wait.
Sorry, go
Hold
ahead.
on. So a couple of things. Katie says, holler at me when you're ready to visit Washington in search of Sasquatch. We are definitely going to do that. And I hope we make it to
Oh,
Seattle
gosh,
sooner
that
rather than
sounds
later.
so
and
fun.
Anywhere in Washington State would be fun. Chris is like, what video program are you using for these live feeds? This is Ecamm Live. Ecamm, ECAMM Live.
And Skype.
And Skype, right. So Wendy, we're talking over Skype, and then we broadcast that from Ecamm Live, and it does that pretty well. And that's how we play videos and put little things in, obviously, a green screen. So so Seth made this movie. Oh, go ahead, Wendy.
I just wanted to say that I liked Chris's joke about how Target missed the mark.
Oh, I missed that joke. I thought he just,
When I was talking about Target and their lack of personal protective equipment for their employees. Yeah, they did miss the mark, but that was a good one.
Target's funny. Oh, go ahead, Wendy.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I lived across the street, not across, maybe 2 blocks away from the Target building in Minneapolis. And their corporate headquarters is magnificent. They have an LED screen like on the top floor that is like a work of art. And you can see it from all over the city, and and we used to look at it and stare at it. But in my building, there were a ton of new Target executives who were like freshly minted out of college and just the biggest douchebags you could find. Our next door neighbor, first of all, our next door neighbor, their Wi-Fi network was called BroPad.
No.
Yeah, it was BroPad.
Oh my gosh.
And then, my wife was studying for the Minnesota bar, and so she's working. And like one night, it was just way too loud. And I'm not one who cares if the music's too loud or whatever. I really don't care that much if I'm invited to the party.
Of course.
If I'm invited to the party, I don't care, even if I don't go. But when I'm not invited to the party and it's super loud, I'm like, So she goes over there.
The moral of the story.
She goes over.
If you host a party, invite your neighbors.
When it was the 3rd night in a row, and the music was too loud, and I'm just like, let's go to sleep. And she goes, fuck them. She gets up and she goes over, and then she's like, hey, you guys got to keep it down. We hear your bass like all the way in the bedroom, and there's 2 walls between their place and then another wall into the bedroom. And he's like, oh yeah, I know, I'm sorry. We've really been bumping the past couple nights, man. And she's like, okay, I appreciate your bumping, but you got to keep it down because it's Wednesday. And they're like, yeah, I got you. And we never had a problem. And they were nice enough guys. It's just douchebags. It's just the Target Mr. Mark made me think about
the freshly minted douchebags.
Freshly minted douchebags.
So you fit right in that apartment, right, Mike? Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Mega douche.
Akid. But yeah, so back to Seth Breedlove.
Yes. So Seth is a great video editor, and he's forged like a career out of going to different places and making little videos. So Wendy?
Yeah. I was just going to say that, just in case anybody hasn't listened to the podcast, you can find all the old episodes, and we're on like 294 or something now, but
yes,
this was from episode 211, because you could turn it all the way up to 11. But yeah,
speaking of dad jokes, Wendy like hits that one out of the park.
I saw the number and I was like, oh, that's fortuitous. It makes it easy to remember. But each and every episode is a different discussion, and each discussion inspires a different song. So the song from Seth Breedlove's episode 211, if you want to hear the whole story, you can check out othersidepodcast.com/211, and you can hear his interview, and then you can learn more about all of the weird stuff that he encounters in his producer life.
But the idea behind this track is that, it's easy to understand, even though you can look down upon people that cheat or go out and drink or go out and cause problems or whatever. They're stepping out. It's easy to understand people who are into the pleasures of the flesh, because everybody likes to feel good. But what about the people who get their kicks looking for Bigfoot, hunting for ghosts, staying up in a place all night long to just hear like somebody fart on an EVP. That is, it's that idea. It's like, it's easy to understand. Like, okay, well, this guy had a side piece. Like, it's unethical, but you can understand it. But like, no, what this guy really was doing? No, he was staying up all night on a haunted investigation, to not even see a ghost. And so that's the joke.
He was staying up all night in a freezing cold, probably mold infested,
completely
and
dangerous,
also rodent infected. Just totally dangerous, and without electricity, and no light, so you can't see where you're going. That's cool.
So the people that hunt monsters are looking for a different kind of thrill, and that's the idea behind this track.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You go fishing, you get wet. When you go drinking, you get drunk. When my man comes back from where he's been, it's like he ain't got nothing done. It's like he ain't had anything. I keep looking out my window. I lay on my bed alone, because my baby says he's hunting monsters, but he ain't ever brought one home. I've looked for lipstick on his lapel. I've sniffed for perfume on his shirts, but he ain't been to the gin mill. No, he ain't out chasing skirts. He looks for footprints in the dirt. I keep looking out my window. I lay on my bed alone, because my baby says he's hunting monsters, but he ain't ever brought one home. I said my old man says he's hunting monsters, he ain't ever brought one home.
Yeah, there you go. A little sneak attack at the end there.
You gotta stay for the whole end.
You too. I forgot about that part too. So I'm watching. I'm like, oh, when am I going to switch back? Oh, all right. Good call. Anyway.
Yeah, if you would have cut it off, I would have been mad.
Yeah. We had a couple of ideas this week for new podcast episodes. So if you guys have just heard Sunspot, obviously we are also talking about the See You on the Other Side podcast. Wendy and I and our strange friends talk about paranormal topics and cool movies and things like that every week and write songs about it. And so that's been the inspiration. We've always had that inspiration in the music. That's always been kind of an element of the things that we write about. And so we just decided to go in and go whole hog and give it the Baconator treatment as we could. And write write about these songs and do things and go to conventions and go ghost hunting and our videos and stuff. So that's one of the reasons we've been doing that. So it's othersidepodcast.com if you guys want to check it out. And the thing is, we've had some suggestions for episodes, and one of the ones, like Mark was saying, is there a rabbit hole we've gone under. somebody was saying we should do a Q&A of different things, of maybe burning paranormal questions. So maybe if that's something you guys are interested in, then we will, please check that out. So Terry has the question of, she's already started. Do ghost farts smell? Terry, the answer to that is yes. Sulfur. In fact, one of our friends, Joshua Cutchin, he is a UW graduate, actually a tubist, much like Ben. He's a UW graduate. He teaches now in Georgia and writes books about the paranormal. And he wrote a book called The Brimstone Deceit, all about the smells of the paranormal. And it's actually like the first book that someone's gone into and talked about the smells that people have had when they've had paranormal experiences. And brimstone, also known as sulfur. And if you guys know what sulfur smells like, it's rotten eggs. It's the Sunspot van on like a Saturday.
Everybody knows what sulfur smells like, right?
On a Saturday morning.
Yeah, feel free to pop your nose in there if you want to catch a whiff.
Right.
By the way, you said that ghost farts do smell.
Yes.
So now you've given everybody someone else to blame instead of the dog. Okay?
There you
Give
go.
the dog a break.
Right. That's what I say. Like, I've never had a dog, but I've blamed gas on him anyway. I've been like, oh, it's that stupid dog. We don't have a dog. It's the neighbor's dog. But that's the, but anyway, so, the brimstone deceit actually talks about the smells of the paranormal, and sulfur, brimstone, the smell of rotten eggs, otherwise, gas,
that's
human gas, not like natural gas, whatever, but like, how it is after a rough night.
And it accompanies paranormal experiences across the board, not just ghost sightings, but also a lot of UFO sightings. The experiencer will describe smelling that as part of what happened. What other?
Bigfoot. People smell.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. How could I forget?
Bigfoot, ghosts, demons. I mean, there's a reason that in, when you go back to the first talk about brimstone, it goes all the way back to the Old Testament. This idea, it's the smell of a volcano. It's the smell of lava. That's the inside of, so like the hell, fire and brimstone.
It's the smell of hell.
It's the smell of the devil himself. Yes. Okay. Well, Tanya gave us a clap, clap, clap.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you for giving us the clap, Tanya. Ben says, I like how Wendy has most of the vocals.
Oh, thanks.
All right, there you go, Wen.
Thank you.
And great song, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Also, Chris says, Waverly Hills in Louisville. If you have not stayed there yet, just saying. I've been dying to get back to Waverly. I've been dying to do Waverly Hills.
Yes, we wanted to swing by there, actually, this last time we were in Louisville for Imaginarium, but
October's a hard month to get to a lot of places.
And also Waverly, they actually make it into like a haunted attraction at that time of year. So they make it into like a jokey haunted house. Never mind that it's actually supposed to be haunted. Like, bring in the actors and and so it's super expensive and you have to get your tickets way in advance. So it just didn't work out with our visit last time. But I want to see it because I've heard that it's just such an imposing structure and it just has that creepy vibe to it.
Well, Chris Booth, he did shoot a movie in Waverly Hills. Dead. I can't think of it right now. And we're live, so I can't just go back and edit it. But Christopher St. Booth lives in Louisville as well. Louisville or Indiana? I'm pretty sure Louisville. And he's a guy, musician, and him and his brother made a whole bunch of horror movies, and now he does paranormal investigations and stuff. But he made a horror movie in Waverly Hills. Actually, he had like some Playboy Playmates as like the Scream Queens in it. And
was it Death Tunnel?
I think it was Death Tunnel. And what happened was that there was enough paranormal activity that happened that they got on camera that he was able to make a documentary about what was happening paranormally, as well as, or Dead Still, it might be Dead Still. Anyway, Waverly Hills horror shot movie. We did a great interview with Christopher Booth where our song "The Wilderness of All We Almost Was and Never Were" was based on that conversation. Terry says, I would love a Sight, Smells, and Sounds of the Paranormal podcast.
Oh,
Well, that is an idea. That is an idea.
that's a great idea.
Thomas Ferrari, St. Louis in the house. St. Louis, Louisville, St.
Hello,
Louis.
hello.
We got the Lewises in the house tonight. Chris says you got to book it almost a year in advance nowadays to get into Waverly.
Oh my
Hills.
gosh.
Well,
Who knows what they're doing in a year?
we'll just have to break in.
We might not even be allowed out of our houses yet by that point.
Okay, so Terry says Spooked, the Ghost of Waverly Hills Sanitarium. That was Chris's documentary. And I think Spooked was the name of our episode that we talked to him because he was trying to
They-
selling it.
They do have. There is a movie called Dead Still also.
And it was Death Tunnel, as Terry says, I believe. So, but Dead Still is the one that has the guy from Twin Peaks in it, Ray Wise. So that's probably why I was thinking about it, because they still show Dead Still on Sci-Fi all the time.
Cool. Well, a bunch of their movies are on Amazon Prime, so I've been thinking that might be a good time to check those out.
Yeah, we have plenty of time. Actually, I don't have a lot of time to watch TV, but I've been trying to like catch up a little bit. I mean, I still haven't finished The Handmaid's Tale, and like I see that Hulu bill every month, and I watch nothing on Hulu except for The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get to it one of these days.
Get your money's worth, Mike.
It is like that. I have to see more pictures. I have to see more film of Peggy from Mad Men staring mournfully at the camera for a minute and a half at a time.
Well, I'll tell you what we've been watching.
What's that?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
So great. Have you watched the TV series yet?
I've only seen the movie. I've seen the movie like 3 times. I love that movie.
It's the TV series. I don't know. I think it might have even exceeded the movie.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, well,
And there's about to be a new season, so it's a perfect time to catch up.
and it's funny. It's because I've been seeing the ads for it on YouTube almost every video. Because it's funny because my YouTube like channel. So most of what I watch on YouTube is like songs from Trolls with my daughter. Because she'll want to dance and watch a song from the like Trolls or Moana or whatever. First of all, Moana's got Jermaine's in Moana. I forgot about that.
Oh, cool.
But anyway, so but the thing is, because the rest of my YouTube activity is like horror movie stuff and things like that, it gives us the ads we get before we watch a song from Trolls or like What We Do in the Shadows or like a horror movie. So I got to be like, hey, like don't worry about that. That's for Daddy.
Oh no.
It just makes me laugh.
Cover your eyes, child.
Yes. Actually, Chris says he has the DVD of Death Tunnel.
All right.
And
Sweet.
horrible acting, but it was great. Well, when you get Playboy Playmates in a haunted sanitarium, I don't know if we care about the acting that much.
Oh man.
Right?
He did say
I
it
just
was
hope
great.
it's cold in there.
And sometimes in horror movies, the worse the acting, the better the movie.
It's true. So right. The thing about movies is there's some that are great. There's some that are like, oh, that was pretty good, but it could. And then there's some that are just like, oh. And then there's some that are disgusting. They're so bad, you just love them. That's the Ed Wood effect, right?
Yeah.
They're so horrible. You're like, this is awesome. It's awesomely horrible.
Totally. Like Tusk.
Right. Like Tusk. Kevin Smith. He's never been a great, as far as action director. Kevin Smith like sets up a scene, like he just sets up a box and like just lets it play, and he wants his dialogue to do the talking. But that's the idea. So bad, it's so good. And I feel horror particularly when people know it's bad, and then they ham it up.
Yeah.
That's when, like, no. I want you to think you're Laurence Olivier.
Do your best.
I want you to give it your best shot ever. I want you to put method acting. I want you to give it the best you absolutely can. If you think it's bad and then cheese it up, it doesn't work for me. And
Yeah.
when my friend Rich, who's the horror host, Freak Show, when he was hosting the Madison Horror Film Festival, and we had it here like 3 or 4 years. I think I volunteered at it a bunch and helped out, and I edited a bunch of commercials for it. I don't know, 10 years ago when they were still running it. And so I would watch the movies. He'd sent me the shorts and things like that and try to edit pieces together that he put into a TV commercial. And the ones that would take it seriously were fun to watch. The ones that were just like, we know we're low budget, we're just being stupid, we're just having fun, maybe a couple of gross out special effects. The ones that weren't trying to be scary and trying to be like the cheese, like his cheesy horror is beautiful. It's wonderful. But when you know you're cheesy, it's not the same, I feel.
Right. Yeah. No, it's true.
It's the parody of a parody. Parodies are great, but when you parody a parody,
not great.
There's too much belly button staring. And
nice.
I don't want to stare at my belly button. Okay, a couple more minutes, and then we should probably think about, we got to save something for Thursday night. When Wendy and I come back at you, but this time we're going to bring along Ben on Thursday night for the Thirsty Thursday. And so Ben said if you subscribe to YouTube Premium, it has no ads. That's true.
True.
That's true. But I am a cheap motherfucker.
Well, you're using all your money on Hulu.
I am. Right.
So
I could spend it on YouTube Premium.
Your budgets.
And not have ads instead of not watching anything on Hulu.
Yeah.
Even though I think what we do in the shadows, I think it's FX on Hulu, and FX only has certain shows on Hulu.
Oh.
You have to pay for an add-on.
Darn.
But anyway, everybody, I want to thank you for joining us tonight and hanging out.
Yeah, good to chat with people.
Just an excuse to like sit there, play a couple of songs, work on, like give us a project to work on when we can't play live for you. And we're looking forward to doing some more acoustic duo, paranormal songs and stuff like that for everybody coming up soon. If you guys like any of the stuff you heard tonight, don't be afraid to check out our Patreon community. Now,
oh yeah.
So our Patreon community are the they're the people that support what we do. We really don't sell CDs much anymore. So Patreon is like a great, I mean, we do sell, like people can buy CDs, but
well, and I mean that's at live shows, which currently
we're not having, right?
But live in person shows.
But the thing is, if you guys like the kind of music and stuff we do and are interested in doing something where you see some more of what we do, plus you're helping out making sure we can do more of this, because the more Patreons we have, the more time we can put into it and the more we can give, and the cooler stuff we can do too. The better videos, the more places, the better cameras, and all that kind of stuff we can do. And so if you guys are interested in anything like that, please check out patreon.com/sunspotmusic. And it might be something that you could enjoy in the future. And then we have a hangout every month where we all talk and like this. But we've been doing that with our Patreons for, 3 years. And so,
and it's kind of like those family Zooms you keep seeing everybody talking about, like everybody's online and we're all just chit chatting about whatever the heck we want to talk about that day.
It's like a family Zoom, but instead of waiting a half an hour while your Uncle Edgar figures out how his laptop camera works, what happens is we get right into it and we talk about our favorite music, horror movie, paranormal stories, tracks, all those kind of things, and we do that. So please make sure you consider that if that's something you're interested in. For everybody else, well, we still love you, and we do. We will be back coming up on Thirsty Thursday. Terry says thanks. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
Chris says thanks. Great show. Can watch you.
Thanks, Chris. Good to hear from you.
Good to see you too. Good luck with Poetry of the Dead. You guys were awesome. We saw you. I hope we get to
play
with you and see you again. Maybe I'd like to play a full electric show where we can do our give you the full rock.
That'd be great.
And Tanya, thanks for the fun. Ben, music is also on digital stores. That is true. So you can check us out.
Thank you for
Apple Music, Spotify, the whole deal.
Thank you for pointing that out. That's something we need to make sure everybody knows.
And Timmy says your Uncle Timmy knows how to use the webcam.
All right, we'll have to web chat with you,
Timmy.
Sounds
good. Yeah, no, obviously I've been on the other side of me and Tim and doing Omegle. Never mind. All right. But to all you guys out there, have a wonderful Tuesday. Everybody stay healthy.
Get plenty of sleep. Take your vitamins.
Right. Stay cool. Stay calm. This is a fucked up time. Everything is messed up. And weird emotions are going to happen and the whole thing. And just remember, we're going to get out of this. We're going to be okay. And the end of it is going to be better. Even though it's going to be different, it doesn't mean it has to be bad. So if you feel weird, it's okay to just know it's okay. And just
work your way through it.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of people post things about I feel strange today. I don't feel it's the same today.
Yeah, well, ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth, right? We're all there with you, and so it's okay. Do things like this. Talk to your friends. Make phone calls. Get it out of your system and keep working through it. And in the end, it's all, we're going to come out in the end, and we're all going to be human again. So
and then we're going to party hard,
right,
like that guy right there.
Right. Like Andrew WK, we're going to go fucking buck wild. And I'm looking forward to doing that with everybody. We'll see you on Thursday for the Thirsty Thursday, and then on Sunday for a See You on the Other Side live stream podcast. Everybody have a fantastic next couple of days. Stay out of trouble and stay healthy no matter what. Be safe.
Love you. Bye.
Cheers.